Welcome to Coffee Talk, where we watch creepy and conspiracy videos while doing silly ad-lib stories, because why not? I've got my coffee, let's watch some stuff. Oh yeah, and stick around to the end for my cutting room floor.
What's really weird is the particular place that CERN was created. CERN itself was built below an old temple of Apollo, which in ancient times was considered to be a portal to the underworld, or CERN is partially situated. It's called Saint Genus Poli. Excuse my French. Literally. The name Poli comes from the Latin Apollicum, and it is believed that in Roman times a temple existed in honor of Apollo. And the people who lived there believed that it is a gateway to the underworld. It is interesting to note that CERN is built on the same spot.
It is interesting to know. It's fun to learn where these theories come from. They weren't just plucked out of thin air. It's where it was built, and that's why people think that it's opening dimensions to the underworld. The underworld. All right, so we had a person in the room. The only name that they said was Apollo, so we're going there, and an adjective was ancient. Just so you know, today we're doing Love Letter 4 on madtakes.com. There's a link in the description, and you can follow along if you want. Or don't. I don't care. Hey, I'm just going to take a second and thank you so much for being here today. If you're having a good time, maybe you consider hitting that subscribe button and come back tomorrow, because I am making a new video every day.
How come nobody is talking about these pictures? These were taken somewhere in West Africa. People there claim that multiple ships came down to greet them. At first they were scared, but soon after realized that the beings were friendly. Now supposedly they were kind, but they had come to tell the people a message. They said they came to that area because this is where mankind began, and that they had come to warn us, their offspring, of what's to come. Now of course the people there were quick to take photos, and apparently the beings stayed for about 2 hours. They didn't speak with their mouths, but communicated telepathically. Now the message they left the people was frightening. But before I tell you, why do aliens come here and not take me with them? Earth is ghetto, okay? Let's say the aliens came and gave you an opportunity to leave. Your second act gets to come with you. Let me know who it is, and tell me, would you take them with you or leave them on Earth? The message they left behind was this. They said they had good children on Earth and bad children on Earth hiding amongst us, and that there would be a war between both soon. They also said something like planet Nibiru is on its way. I have no clue what that means. Do any of you?
I had to watch that one a couple of times because he's sitting there in a car cutting a watermelon, and my inner mom is like, don't cut off your fingers. Anyway, those pictures were pretty cool. Some of them looked really good. Some of them were very, very fake. He was talking about Nibiru. That's supposed to come around, every 23,000 years, where supposedly the Anunnaki came from? Unless I'm getting my conspiracy theories mixed up, which is very well possible. By the way, that was a pretty cool video. We got a verb, which is greet, and a part of the body, which is mouth, and we're going to carry right along.
Well, your frequency probably will stay there.
Now, these interdimensional beings, are they biological at all?
Well, of course, absolutely. Don't forget sound, light, and form. But when they come here, they can take a form if they choose to, or they can stay in the light form. It's up to them how they want to frequency vibrate here and how they want to show whoever they're communicating with. Maybe they want to only, communicate through sound, and you hear tonalities. The study that we have, that we've gone through with other extraterrestrial beings, that, it's more of a tonality, but they're there. You can't see them, but you can hear them.
Mm-hmm. A lot of times, Emery, we get stories and reports of these interdimensional beings, but they always seem to be alone. You never seem to hear stories of them coming in pairs, or 10 of them, or 20. Why not?
Well, that's not my experience. I mean, a lot of these interdimensional beings have traveled through, time and space, and have been able to open up right in a fabric, time and space, and you might just see a small ping pong ball of light. And that could be a whole civilization.
Really?
Because there is no size when it comes to these interdimensional beings. So you have to think about the physics and science behind that, of how to represent that when we're educating the public that there is no size to anything when you're talking about interdimensional beings, because they are able to shift their atomic structure into light. This has been going on for millions of years on planet Earth. And the way they communicate is, like I was just talking about earlier, about tonalities and frequencies, and also taking the manifestation form of maybe a human being, and then helping us get more technologies and giving us ideas of how to improve ourselves.
Are we interacting with them with technology, or is it more?
I have a very different take on this. I don't think they're trying to help us with technology or anything like that. I think they're just beings that live here, just like us, but in a different spectrum of light. And maybe they're conducting their own science experiments, and that's how they shift over and they see us and they're like, holy crud, just like how we think we see ghosts. I think it's them messing with their light spectrum and coming through and being visible to us, kind of, sort of. All right, so we pulled a number. We got 10 and a noun, light.
Here's a fun little question. What other animal just spends so much time inside compared to humans? We wake up inside, go inside of a car to drive to work where we work inside, get back in the car, drive home, and spend our free time inside to relax? What? And then we act like our health problems are not a direct result of our habits? It doesn't take much. Just sit outside. Get some sun. I feel wonderful, man. I feel great. I hope you guys are feeling great too. Get some sun. Be safe, but get some sun.
So a weird thing just happened. Right as he was saying you need to be outside, I was just thinking how I'm so glad I don't work indoors anymore. I work outside now. And then my dogs started howling, and then the work phone started ringing, and I ended up going to work. And this is how it went. Yeah. So the word we need is an adverb, and they didn't say any adverbs. So we're going to go to the next video and cross our fingers, and if nothing pops up, I'm going to make something up.
Spirit, may I have a name, please? Okay, I just heard Anne. You guys heard Anne? I heard Anne as well. And we have an Anne here. We have an Anne right there. Ooh wee. Found. Hello, Anne.
Which means
My name is John.
mustn't.
It is a pleasure to meet you. Is it okay if I ask you a couple questions? Yeah, you should feel special. It's a special conversation between the human and the dead.
Buffet, Frank.
Ooh wee. You're excited about it? Do you hear that light voice kind of crackly underneath everything? I'm excited about it. I am very happy that you're excited, so am I. Anne, can you tell me who Elizabeth is to you? That's my first question. Just trying to gauge you as a spirit. Oh, I couldn't understand that. It's okay, Anne. Can you try that again, please?
On, get it. Excited.
All right, let's move on to another question.
Does not hand it.
Anne, how many spirits are with you right now? Almost sounded like I said I'm alone.
Know something.
You know something. That's weird. The ground just felt like it was vibrating. Ooh, wee. I don't know what was up with
On the other
that.
side.
We just heard another spirit ask for help. 50K likes, you guys rock.
Hurry in now.
Ooh, we only 15 minutes into the live, too. We have a spirit named Ann here. I don't know how long we're going to have her.
So at first, I thought that he was adding the sound in post, but then he said he was doing a live stream. So I'd like to see the equipment he's using to pick up this conversation. We needed an adverb, and one wasn't mentioned, so I chose the word ridiculously.
A woman posted this video. She was very scared as she doesn't have a dog. However, she found this dog in her living room. In this video, a man was taking his night walk and felt observed, started recording and captured something bizarre emerging from the middle of the plants. In this last video, a group of friends were walking and found a cave closed with bars and decided to record it because they heard strange noises coming from inside and what they filmed was scary. So, do you believe in skinwalkers? Follow and like for part 2.
No, I do not believe in skinwalkers. Doesn't mean they're not real, they don't exist, but personally, I don't believe that they do. However, those videos, well, no, the third one was not creepy. The first one, that dog, that was creepy. That was very creepy. Anyway, we got a verb, which is walk.
There are over 100 billion stars and over 100 billion planets inside of our galaxy. But you have never seen the full glory of the galaxy at night, because 99% of the stars that you can see with the naked eye are limited to this small, tiny region right here. But even this massive galaxy is nothing compared to the rest of what's out there. Zooming out even further and we arrive at the local group of galaxies, a collection of 54 different galaxies that is about 10 million light years across. But zooming out even further and we can see the Virgo supercluster, of which the local group here is just a tiny segment of. There are at least 100 other groups of galaxies just like our own local group inside of here, and the distance from one side to the other is a mind-numbing 110 million light years. But even the massive Virgo supercluster is nothing but a quiet and tiny lobe of the Great Laniakea supercluster, an enormous structure that is home to our galaxy as well as 100,000 other galaxies. The distance from one side to the other is 520 million light years, but from even there we can zoom out all the way to the entire observable universe and see that even the titanic Laniakea supercluster is just a tiny and insignificant part of everything. This is the observable universe, and it contains everything that we know of. It is home to at least 2 trillion different and individual galaxies, which together contain more stars than there are grains of sand on the entire Earth. The distance from Earth to any side of the observable universe is 46.5 billion light years, which means that the entire width is 93 billion light years across. What's perhaps even more interesting, however, is what actually lies beyond the observable universe. Keep in mind that the observable universe is all that we can currently see, and it's entirely possible that the rest of the universe outside of it is vastly larger and more fantastic than we can possibly ever imagine. We simply don't know what else is out there, because the light from these incredibly distant places has not yet had enough time in the universe's history to reach us yet back on Earth.
That is a whole lot of space. And I personally think that it would be perfectly irresponsible to believe that we are the only ones here. My opinion. Well, congratulations! I made it to the end. And the last word we picked there was other person in room. We just went with Virgo because it's a name. And that's what we're doing. All right? Okay, let's make it. Let's make it. Come on, mouse. All right, there we go. Dear Apollo, you are extremely ancient, and I greet you. I want to kiss your mouth 10 times. You make my light burn with desire. When I first saw you, I ridiculously stared at you and fell in love. Oh, will you walk out with me? Don't let your parents discourage you. Stars are just jealous. Yours forever, Virgo. Well, that happened. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I hope I see you again tomorrow, and don't forget to stick around for my cutting room floor. Have a wonderful day.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's always fun. It's interesting to know. It's interesting. Let's try that again. They're opening a portal to demons. Don't cut your fingers off. Don't cut off your fingers. Don't cut your fingers off. Don't cut off your fingers. Doesn't bother me any. Make me no, never mind. Anyway. If I'm wrong, let me know. If I'm right, let me know. I may be wrong, and that's okay because we're learning, right? Right. Okay. Nibiru, Nibiru. That planet? Ugh. Ew. No. No, not that. Cut that out. Because I am making a new video every day. Sometimes they suck, and sometimes nobody watches them, but that's okay because I'm going to keep doing it anyway.